Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Hey, I finally willed him to go live.
Oh, God. Do any of you guys actually watch like other live streams other than just us? Because if you do, I want a confirmation that it's normal to be on the live look and the live stream starting soon screen for considerable amounts of time.
For 40 minutes.
It's not been 40 minutes. It's been like 20. It's, but yes, for 40 minutes. I'm not joking. It is. It's okay. He just admitted to not watching any, so
He said, but it isn't.
he hasn't. If he doesn't watch them, he doesn't know. If we're the only one he watches, then it doesn't. No, I don't watch any others, but it isn't normal. My big word. Uh, my definition. I don't know. We're writing some stuff down for this week's show, so that's all that was happening before. That's what we were trying to get ready.
He was just obsessing over the right wording to use. And then which coaster examples.
Which is all important. So did you finally convince Hyde that it was a necessary step to go to the bankruptcy to file for bankruptcy and to just get ready for auction?
I guess so.
Doesn't sound too
I don't
convincing.
know. And well, this new article, yeah, I don't know. He never really said much after that. But this new article kind of seems to indicate that it might not necessarily be a mandate, but in order for them to do it in a fashion that the park emerges without any debt, it has to go through the auction. I'm not really sure, but I mean it's definitely part of the bankruptcy proceedings, though, one way or another.
It's just you can opt for it or opt for it to not take place, right? Kind of.
I'm not sure. I mean, they're going through this method because it's either mandatory or because it's the best course of action through the bankruptcy courts. I mean, they can't just say, "Oh, we're going to take this deal and leave," because they could sell it to somebody for like $100 and be done with it,
Yeah.
and that's it. Everybody's just screwed. A silent podcast. What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis?
I guarantee you she's muting us somehow.
Pro- Probably. What do you mean? Just call me Charlie Chaplin.
I watched one of his movies the other night.
Oh, I'm tired.
Oh boy. Like last week.
Oh no, God, I hope not.
That was pretty bad, yeah.
All right, I need to get Audacity up here. Where are you, Audacity?
Where are you,
There.
Christmas?
What?
What?
I opened Audacity and it said an assertion failed.
Oh boy. Is that? Oh god.
Do get size doesn't work without window. Well, what? I don't. What? What? What was that all about?
Mama?
Don't mess with me. It opened okay that time. That was interesting. All right, test recording, testing audio, testing levels, testing whatever the hell else I feel like testing.
And we have ignition. T-1, 3, 2, 1.
Obviously a major malfunction. Main screen turn on. Oh man, now I'm gonna have to watch that YouTube video. Darn it.
What? No.
It's your fault, Clint.
No, what happened? No.
What happened? What do you mean what happened?
I just heard you say I have to go.
Clint?
Okay, I thought you were going to be watching another video. All right.
I am.
No, you're not.
I am.
Not the one I think you were going to. So.
Oh no. Can you can you stream a video, James?
Oh god, yes I can.
We need this technology.
I can, yes.
So that I can hear it as well.
I guess if you turn your mic off and listen to the stream, you can hear it as well.
Why do I have to turn my mic off?
Because you'll hear like the feedback kind of. That might, if that's not annoying to you, I guess. We'll hear the feedback actually if you're listening to it, the video as well as yourself. You'll hear yourself feedback.
Oh, I see.
Can you send me the video link if you want?
I'll just be quiet. Oh yeah, you kind of need that, huh?
Yeah, that would be muchas gracias. I'm watching this video and
I don't know if James has ever seen this actually.
I guarantee you, I have not. I guarantee it. I'm just gonna just based off the thumbnail here.
I don't think James was born when this went viral.
Oh, you guys are probably hearing the feedback right now because I did not realize that was going to happen.
Set up us the bond. We get signal. What?
I thought that would work and it didn't, so I'm going to have to do it another way. It just auto-played the video, so that didn't really work. I'll have to just share my... Yeah, I could, but I mean, I'm already doing what I thought about doing, so it's already up. So, and it's going to probably be better audio quality and everything this way. Just mute this. Why exactly are we playing this? Like, what is the context or relevance? Isn't it? That was. Hate to break it to you, but that was a long time ago then. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so we're up and away. So I'm gonna transition over to the other thing. I think you guys should still be able to hear us. You probably can't hear Bob though, because I accidentally muted him, so that's alright, are you guys ready to watch whatever the heck this is? Here we go. Oh, I didn't turn the sound on. There we go. There we go.
What happened? Someone set up us the bomb. We get signal. What? Main screen turn on. It's you.
How are you, gentlemen? All your base are belong to us. You are on the way to destruction.
What you say?
You have no chance to survive, mate, your time. Ha ha ha.
I love this video.
All your base,
What the heck?
all your base are belong to us. All your base, all your base are belong to us. All your base, all your base are belong to us.
What the
All your
heck?
base, all your base are belong to us. All your base,
What?
all your base are belong to us. All your base,
Wow.
all your base, all your base are belong to us.
Alright, come on, man.
Base,
I'm just kidding.
There were so many photoshops of this back then. It was just great.
All of your
base
base.
justice. Take off everything. Move it. You know what you're doing. Take off everything. Move it. You know what
What
you're
the heck?
doing. Take off everything. Move it. For base justice. Take off everything.
Oh,
You know what you're doing. Take off everything.
this goes on for 2 more minutes, guys. Two minutes here.
All your base, all your base are belong to us. All your base,
Great 2 minutes.
all your base are belong to us. All your base, all your base are belong to us. All your base,
So was this just a compilation of all the photoshops that went around?
Yeah, oh my god, it was everywhere. People were like, and it's so weird because it's like it's from a Nintendo game from like the late 80s or something. Yeah, Pam's finally catching up.
Is this Cat's guy? Is he the Mario? Is he the Nintendo character that said it originally?
No, what was
Oh
Zero?
my god.
you have no chance to survive, mate, your time.
Okay, I don't care if anything comes after that, so we're done. Alright,
Yeah.
So... Wow. That was something. So that song... The song was made because of the photoshops, or it was a song before. And then,
Oh, okay. So the Nintendo game was from like late 80s, early 90s. And it was like all the like screenshots of the like the actual Nintendo game, those were real. So it was all that like broken Chinese English conversion, like, and it was just so weird. But all of a
so the
sudden,
guy,
it,
the
like,
guy, the
caught
cat, the cat's
fire.
guy, the cat's guy. How are you, gentlemen? That guy. He was part of the game.
Yeah,
All right, that's what I
yeah.
thought.
Like the audio wasn't like, well, the music was. There wasn't like the voices weren't part of the game.
Oh, so
But
what?
like for some reason, in like I think it was like 2000. It was early 2000s, like probably like 2003.
I was alive then.
Somewhere around there?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. But like all of a sudden it just caught fire and people were just like it just went viral and people were just saying it everywhere and it just was popping up everywhere. The photoshops. It was like the Bernie like the Bernie meme.
The
Like
Bernie
you
meme
know how it's
sucks. Yeah.
everywhere. Oh no, dude, the Bernie meme's awesome.
The Bernie meme's awful.
But it was like it was the same
Become-
type of thing back then.
It was good. I liked the Bernie meme for like the first day, and that's just it's
Yeah,
over.
Japanese, not Chinese.
It's overused now. It's already overused.
Exactly, Clint. Like, yeah, there's like this, like, yeah, there was no like, oh, I kind of went viral. No, you either just weren't known or you went viral. Period. End of story.
And there were the days before that when you had to go in the outhouse to go to the bathroom. Those were the real days, Bob.
If you say so.
All right, so if you guys are not clicking off now, we're gonna record the show. I think. Anything else, Bob or Clinton, that you guys want to watch?
I don't know. Unless we want to do Cooking by the Book.
Nope. All right. Nope. I will be ending the stream. The day that Cooking by the Book is on one of my streams is the day I resign as host of the show. Bob becomes the sole proprietor of the proprietor
But we
of
do
the show. Ugh.
we do the Little John version.
No. Any version.
Definitely lose our.
Any version, any remix, any. Even saying the name.
James. It's
What?
it's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake.
Don't make me.
Yes.
Don't make me, Bob. Don't make me do what I might.
Don't make you what?
I can't. I don't want to say it, but don't make me.
Ugh. Apollo's Chariot soundtrack.
You didn't know that has a soundtrack?
That'd be interesting.
No.
No, I meant the Cooking by the Book.
Yeah, but the way you said it made you sound
Anyway,
like, made you sound like you were questioning the idea of its existence.
no.
The Apollo's Chariot soundtrack. What is
Oh,
that?
it was so. All Your Base was a viral meme from 2001.
Uh,
So that was before you were born, wasn't it? Right?
yes, good math, because I was born in 2003. So
I don't do math.
2
well.
years before would be no James. Technically, we've all existed for all of eternity. We're all just matter.
The soundtrack has released. Or are you just saying that, or is that really a thing that we can find?
Yeah, I have not heard that, nor has it been anywhere that I've been able to see. Twitter or Reddit or Facebook or Instagram or anything.
I mean, I'm sure it's somewhere at Busch Gardens, stored in a computer.
Yeah, we can go. Here, 1 second, guys. Let me take like a 40-minute drive, and I'll go down there. And
The question is if it's somewhere we can access. We'll just go into Busch Gardens and say, all your bases belong to us. And they'll just be like, okay.
yeah, I'll
here you
be right back. I'm going to grab something and we can start the show. So,
go. All right.
of course, we're an hour late, but it's whatever. It's just typical coaster talk.
Yeah. That's how we roll. Cam's going to hack Busch Gardens. Who's saying good night? Why are you saying good night, Pierce? I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. I feel like Pam. Is Pam even there? Still there? Okay, Pam's still there.
Hey, watch it. Wait, so did we find the Pantheon?
No.
I don't have school tomorrow either, but that's because I'm getting my wisdom teeth out, so. We didn't find it, though? Pierce, do you have a link to it? He said good night. Did he leave?
I have no idea.
Pierce, if you're still there, send us the link, boy.
I have no idea what's going on.
Where's the code?
I can't see the code.
All right, so are we? If we can't find that, we should just go into the show. Go straight in the show.
Let's do it.
All right. Okay. Are you ready? Do you have, actually, let me test my audio real quick. You tested yours, correct?
Wait. First, yeah. First, real quick. Somebody just replied and said that it was a requirement last year to go to Cedar Fair Parks that you had the mobile app with location services.
Incorrect.
I don't remember ever seeing that.
Incorrect. I went to a Cedar Fair Park and did not have to have that. So, I do have the app
Can you?
and the location service, but that wasn't a requirement. They didn't you didn't have to come in and show them.
Can you go reply to this dude because he's an idiot?
I went to King's Dominion and Carowinds.
I mean, I can't say it because I wasn't there, but
Yeah.
no, he's saying that it was a global Cedar Fair thing.
How do they know? They didn't. I was not asked to
Well,
show.
I don't know. That's the thing. They're not really saying what their reason is to have it. So I don't know. Maybe you won't be able to. Maybe they're doing virtual queuing. I mean, we'll talk
no,
about this.
but I'm saying, how would they figure out if you have they would check and say like you have the app and do you have that, right? When you first go into the park, they would question that.
I mean, I would guess.
Because like I had
But I
the
mean,
I
like,
technically I had the app and had location on while I was at the park, so I don't know if like I
yeah, there's no way they'd know.
yeah.
I mean, they'd have to verify. Did you see this guy?
Yeah.
The comment we're talking about?
And I had the King's Dominion app too. I mean, that doesn't correlate with. I didn't have the Care ones app, but maybe this is Cedar Fair chain. I don't know if they don't care probably. Because if I have to download each and every park app, I'm gonna be pretty mad.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's a lot of. There's a lot of Cedar Fair parks. That's a lot of space on the phone. It's gonna be the first thing on the show, Cam. But Cedar Fair's announced all their opening dates and mobile phone requirement thing. What the?
Wait, so he said there's technically no way for Park to know whether or not you have the app. I went to Kings Island last year and I didn't even have the app on my phone.
Right, but then that's what I said. It wasn't a requirement last year. Like they're saying it is this year.
But yeah, but he's saying if it was, how would he have gotten into the park if it was a requirement last year? That doesn't make any. If it was required for them to have location and
right, I mean, I never heard anything.
He is
about
contradicting himself though. He's saying that I went to the park and didn't have the app, and I just enjoyed my day. What? That doesn't make any sense. If it was if in his requirement means that it was enforced and had to be there while you were at the park. If that wasn't in place, if that was in place, he would not have been able to get into the park. So he's contradicting himself by saying it was a requirement, and that at the same time he went to the park last year and didn't have the app on his phone.
Yeah,
I also went to
know.
Kings
He's
Island.
just-
I need to edit that too.
I don't understand. You sent the Instagram page an urgent message.
Who did?
Oh, Pierce did. You check Instagram when you get a sec.
Oh my God.
What?
I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking.
Uh-oh.
Oh man. Oh my God.
Pierce, you are the man.
Blocked. I'm just kidding.
For everybody that's wondering what the hell is going on, Pierce just sent James the link to Cooking by the Book on Instagram.
I was fairly confident that it was going to be the Pantheon soundtrack that he was referencing earlier. Alas, I was mistaken.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that made my week.
You're killing me.
James is still. Are you watching it? Is it stuck in your head?
I'm not watching it, nor will I ever be watching it.
The Pirate Song. I don't know that one. I don't know if I
All
wanna
right,
know
let's
that
just start the show. That would be great.
one. We should probably do that.
Yeah, instead of listening to random weird songs
Oh, wait.
from kids' TV shows.
Random weird songs are awesome, man.
Oh, I agree in the right context, not when you're trying to record a podcast about roller coasters and theme parks. As teachers always say, there's a time and place for everything.
There is.
There is.
To everything, turn, turn, turn. Don't laugh and drink at the same time.
Right, so you like that song, Bob? You like "Turn Turn" by the Byrds?
No, it was like one of those things I just thought in my head of the cooking by the book thing, and I started laughing as I was drinking.
No, but I said, do you like that song?
Oh yeah, I do.
You're... Jeez. He's muted himself. It's so bad.
Oh my god. Dying here. Oh.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you, Pam. Pam confirmed my statement.
Leave me alone. Although I'm glad that happened now to remind me to silence my my phone.
And I'm Bob. Welcome to Coaster Talk. Pam confirmed my proclamation. I enjoy it. Thank you. Thank you for that, Pam. To everything, turn, turn, turn.
I'm gonna have to look up the "You Are a Pirate" song, but I'll do that later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh man.
All right, in 3, 2, 1.
I feel like I need to take a drink, but that's how I got into this mess. So,
Just take it. Take the drink and just. Oh man.
all right, we could start. It's gonna take us 3 intros to get started anyway, right?
Possibly, we'll see. Did that guy respond yet? To me? Before we go into the show, did that guy
No,
respond?
I don't know.
All right.
I didn't see anything.
Is it worth going back to, really, or no? I assume,
Nothing. Well,
I assume that's a yes.
no, not that I see.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm sure. Might cough, but it'll be good. I might fall out, but it'll be okay. 3, 2.
Hello, everybody. Oh, I never tested my audio, and that's really loud. Let's turn up all the way to 100, so.
There's one down.
Glad we didn't go then. There we go.
Oh my god.
Hello, testing my audio. I disagree with you, Bob, but I'm right. Okay. That's pretty good. All right. Right.
3, 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Coaster Talk Podcast, episode number 106 of the show. My name's James Barber.
And I'm Bob Mertz.
And it is January 31st, 2021. You're listening to your source for everything roller coasters. Welcome back, everyone. So, we are getting into February now. School for me still hasn't yet to reopen, I kind of predicted that, but they're looking at maybe a late February, early March. But I still think that's even a little bit too optimistic there.
So, I am curious there. What's going on in Richmond? Are there huge fights over those schools right now?
I I don't really know. I mean, I know like students of mine or friends of mine that are students want to go back. But I don't know what the consensus is among.
Oh my God. Northern Virginia is a nightmare right now. The arguments, there's like videos on YouTube of like people losing it.
I saw
There's
one of
guy in
those.
particular,
Yeah,
like
I saw
lost
that.
it at a school board.
I
Like,
saw that. Yep, I saw that. Was that in Northern Virginia
and
though?
yeah, Loudoun County,
Okay, I thought that was.
Loudoun County Public Schools.
All right.
So the problem is the vaccine rollout isn't going so well in DC Metro.
Uh-huh.
It's not. I mean, Virginia has their own problems, but like the DC Metro area, to include the area of DC and Maryland,
Mm-hmm.
has like some serious issues with the rollout, and it's mostly because of demand, because it's such a congested. There's so many people here.
Uh-huh.
But what's happening is they're fighting over, like, the teachers are saying, look, we're ready to go back as soon as we get the vaccine. And the government's like, oh yeah, that seems reasonable, except the vaccine's not going so well. So now they're like,
Mhm.
well, maybe we're not. And the teachers are like, hold up. Like, you can't just like put us in, in the line
Well,
of
I
fire
mean,
like this. Like,
I know Northam actually said to all Virginia schools that he strongly encourages returning, like regardless of virus. He said that it's not a super spreader, that they have evidence and data that shows that schools are not super spreaders. I didn't opt to go back because I don't want to go back and have to wear masks and have to be, behind, I think they said they were
Yeah.
going to have like plexiglass walls and they were going to like force us to, you have to like do a text message system to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, I'd just rather stay in the comfort of my own home. But the people that are going back, as far as I'm concerned, Northam had
So
a
you
phone
actually
call with
have
the,
an
with the
option.
schools. Yeah, we had an opt. They haven't really established whether or not who's going to go back or what. If we're going to do a full go back or if it's going to be the people that opted to go back or not. I would assume they would just select the people that opted to go back and then just leave the people that didn't opt to go back to stay at home. But I don't know. They might just say, everyone, we're going back now. I have no idea because this is another procedure now
So
taking
my
place than what was previously announced.
my niece and nephew have had the option they've actually been back in school for
Yeah.
a good while.
Mm-hmm.
But her school district in Pennsylvania, they have districts. It's not by county. They basically had the option to do virtual learning or in school.
Yeah.
And then my sister actually is a teacher at another school district,
Mm-hmm.
and they're in a hybrid system where like you go 2 days and then you're virtual another 2 days, and then
Yes, yeah.
they like switch each week out.
There are some
So,
counties
it's
around me that are
interesting.
doing that. It's my county in particular, Henrico County, in Virginia. I don't know about. I think Richmond. I think Hanover. I think Chesterfield. The counties surrounding me actually are doing some form of going back. We're the only county that doesn't really have. We have, I think, like elementary schools. I think are somewhat back. Maybe like first through third, or going back some days, and then fourth through fifth, or something like in the hybrid sense of learning. But no one else, middle school or high school, is back. In every other county around us has actually had some shape or form of the high schools, middle schools going back. So we're like the only one, and it's surprising. And I don't know why that is. I think our county's a little bit more concerned about it than others, which, take it or leave it. There's different perspectives on whether or not that's necessary or not.
Sometimes
but-
it can be from a financial standpoint. Like, and this is one thing my sister said. She's from the city school that doesn't have a lot of money. They have serious tax issues of like they just aren't taxing anybody.
Mhm.
So the school district has no money.
Yeah.
So they basically have to make sure they're doing everything completely 100% correct because they can't afford to be sued.
Yeah, that's not our county's
We're like
pretty well
all
off.
the school districts around her.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but all the school districts around her, then like they have the money to pay,
Yeah,
pay
yeah, I
settlements
got
and
you.
stuff like that. So they're like less concerned. So it
Mhm.
changes your way of looking at it. Sometimes.
For
I don't
that,
know. It's always interesting.
for that
though.
county that makes sense. But I would say I think our county's probably the most well off in this area. So I don't know what the reasoning is, but we definitely are a little bit more strict and a little bit more concerned, it seems, than other counties. which again, take it or leave it. Depends on your point of view whether or not that's good or bad or up or down. So I don't know. I'm not going to go back because again, I don't feel that those procedures are going to be beneficial to my learning. I want to go back and get into the environment of school, but I don't feel like it's the right way, being like almost in like a prison system almost. So I don't know. I don't like that. And I don't think that would really be beneficial. I think sitting at home isn't great either, but I think it's the best of the both worlds that we're given. Once schools next year, I'm sure will be hopefully somewhat better, not like as crazy and trying to reduce transmissions. I will definitely be going back, and obviously we might even be forced to, but
as we get the vaccine rolled out more.
Exactly.
And then hopefully that, that also means that amusement parks will be opening, like Cedar Fair Parks, maybe.
Yeah, Cedar Fair Parks will be opening, or at least they've announced they've been opening. Interesting.
So far,
yeah,
they'll be opening.
Yeah, so far, and I don't know. California's Great America was listed as one of the parks opening, and I'm not sure that California's opening. So they announced some, but again, with Canada too. Canada's Wonderland May 14th will be opening, Cedar Point as well that day, and Kings Island. So is Canada
May
okay?
22nd.
I don't know if Canada's okay.
I mean, they're still there. I think they're more okay than we are, but that's a different story.
But are they okay to open? I don't know if Canada's Wonderland's been given the okay. So
see that? I think everybody's
there.
going. I think this is all going on the assumption that the vaccine is going to get rolled out.
All right. All right. Under that precedent, then.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is all definitely subject to change. But May 14th will be Canada's Wonderland, Cedar Point, and Kings Island.
Yep. And then the 22nd is California.
Yep.
Great America, and then and Carowinds, Dorney, Kings Dominion, and Valley Fair. So, again, I'm not 100% confident that California's gotten the go-ahead. I'd be thrilled if they have, because I'm looking at possibly going to California for a trip in later 2021, or not later, but later than where we are right now. So that would be awesome. So fingers crossed that they actually have gotten the okay from the government there.
So actually, that's right. Knott's is not. I
don't think they're listed now.
They're not listed in the information we have. Worlds of Fun actually isn't listed either.
I wonder why they pick and choose which part. I mean, I think was Worlds of Fun open? No, they didn't open.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think these are actually. So what this is my pass is through Canada's Wonderland. So I got the email for Canada's Wonderland.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Basically, on Reddit, people are kind of gathering. And I think it's probably just the case of like Worlds of Fun just hasn't either they haven't sent their email out, or there's just nobody that processed or passed through Worlds of Fun on Reddit.
Gotcha.
There to report. So we may just not know the answer to that yet.
I feel like we would have at least one out of the thousands of people being from Worlds of Fun area and getting their best done there. There's no way. I mean, I know enthusiasts that have Worlds of Fun as a home park, and I don't know. I just don't think it's an opening in my my opinion. I think they just haven't announced it.
Yeah, on their website, Worlds of Fun still says stay tuned for a 2021 operating calendar.
Most likely I see them opening, but sadly you will have to go through some pretty ridiculous protocols in order to enter the parks this year, in both of our opinions here.
Yeah. And this, you know what? I'm all for protections. I want everybody to be wearing masks. I want all the precautions to be taken. I don't want to contract a virus, but I also kind of don't want to expose my phone to Cedar Fair's marketing games. And I'm a little concerned because they're now saying that it is a requirement that anybody who enters the park, at least one person in their group absolutely must have the park's app installed and location services enabled.
And for many,
it's saying that that's a mandatory thing.
And for many enthusiasts, that means you're going as an individual, so you have to. Because a lot of us travel in solo. So Yeah, so that basically means
Yeah,
you must
so
have it.
it's
On your
kind of
phone.
interesting. This was something I got when I got my winter chill out tickets for next month.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a requirement for winter chill out that one person in your group must have the app installed. I don't really understand what's going on. I had assumed maybe they're just doing something with just something specific with
Winter chill out. Yeah,
winter chill out.
gotcha. That makes sense.
But this is now seems to be all of their parks are mandating this.
yeah, this is a new policy
And I'm
almost.
not really sure what it's. So, like, if, in one aspect, somebody brought up the fact of, well, it could be like COVID tracking. But if that was
Yeah.
the case, then why is it limited to a single person in the group?
Yeah.
And that in itself doesn't necessarily need location tracking. That actually uses Bluetooth, which tracks proximity to other Bluetooth devices. And that's how those COVID tracking apps work. So that doesn't fit. I mean, maybe virtual queue, but winter chill out, there's no rides.
And why would it be?
So-
I feel like it's not that difficult of a transition to utilize a virtual queue. Why wait this long? I mean, Holiday World did it in like a week or two. Like when they were ready, when they were ready to open up,
Yeah,
they're like, "We got a virtual queue up."
You could use a web browser. Like you didn't have to have an app installed.
Yeah, true,
And
exactly that as well.
This is the bigger problem for me. First of all, the biggest thing is Cedar Fair does not have a universal app. Each
No,
park
no,
has its
yeah.
own individual. So if you're one of those people that goes to multiple Cedar Fair parks, that's a lot of different apps.
Uh-huh.
The other thing is I've had the King's Dominion app installed on my phone for the last couple years because I have FunPix. But my FunPix account works through all the parks. So I still get all of my pictures through the King's Dominion app. That's all I care about. But I specifically restrict location services because one, I don't want them spying on me. They don't need to know where I'm at every moment of my life.
Yeah.
And two, I don't know if you remember this, but there were serious issues with the app where it would cause serious battery drain because location services was being so
Overutilized.
tracking so much,
Yeah.
whether you were in the park or not. It was just draining people's batteries.
I do remember that. Yeah.
So a lot of people were disabling location services. But see, that scares me too, because like if it was being that overactive at tracking my location, why? Why do they want to know where I'm, which tells me that this is an advertising thing. It's going to be like, hey, you just passed Mac Bowl, turn around, walk back 23 feet and save $5 off a $30 bowl of mac and cheese that
You're on
you don't
You're on
even-
I-95 going by King's Dominion. Hey, you just passed our park. Do a U-turn.
Yeah.
Do a U-turn. Do a U-turn. It seems that the justification for Cedar Fair here, I'm reading through their website, is that you will be able to find nearby hand sanitizer locations, restrooms, open dining locations, and available attractions and rides. So they're using it as like a, well, you're gonna have to be able
Why
to
is that a
find.
requirement? Why is that a
agree.
requirement?
I agree, but that seems to be
Like,
their
this is-
justification for it.
I mean, this is seriously. I mean, all of the fears that people have said about the COVID tracking apps, which I've never necessarily been against, but I've kind of been like, you need to be a little bit more reassuring about protecting data.
Uh-huh.
It's almost like Cedar Fair is like, oh, like all those things that people were scared about those, like this is full blown that. Like you like we're about to market your butt off. And it just really feels that way to me. I mean, because they're trying to like it's like the Google Nest. Like we have smoke detectors that have microphones in it. Why? Because they test themselves. Like, come on. Please justify to me why a microphone needs to be in a smoke detector. No, you're spying on me. Like that's
Yeah.
that's that's just it sounds like what Cedar Fair is saying here. Oh yeah.
And they're using this COVID facade to almost use it. Like they're like, oh well, in order for us to be safe and sanitary, you have to have the app. That's just, and it's like, oh, that's not true. Like it's not like a mask. Or it's not like hand sanitizer where you can justify that. Hey, you have to wear a mask because you're transmitting the disease via air and via your breath, or hand sanitizer, you're touching what if you don't have what if you're with a group of elderly individuals that don't have cell phones? I mean,
well, there's that, but also, like, what if you're riding Still Vengeance? Like, I mean,
yeah, true,
now?
exactly, yeah.
Cedar Fair's like relationship with cell phones is just so awkward and annoying.
Yes, yeah, it is, because you shouldn't have them, but you also are required to have them.
Like,
so
you're not allowed to have them, but we want you to have them so we think we can like market to you. It's
but when
just,
you want one
I mean,
for your own convenience, screw you.
right, exactly. No, you don't text your friends. Just get on the app so we can like convince you to buy something.
Exactly.
I mean, it's getting. I mean, that's the other thing that scares me is like they're so driven by the bottom line and pleasing the shareholders. And it almost feels like this is a way of like, oh, well, we can generate revenue by selling data. Because everybody does it. When you buy a TV for $300, like that TV is a $600 TV that you're subsidized by, them selling your data. And it almost feels to me like this is something that they might be using. And maybe there's a legitimate reason.
I agree.
But
There might
like,
very well be one, but they should specify that on the site. Like, hey,
and
this
that's
is why
the
we
thing.
want it.
The fact that they're just saying this is a requirement, but not really explaining why, that scares me. That's what scares me is that fact. If they had a legitimate reason, there's no reason why they wouldn't be saying, oh, here's why you have to have an app.
They need to illustrate what exactly it is the issue with not having it. Like, hey, this is what happens if you don't have the app, and we are trying to prevent that. They're just saying that it's required because, oh, we want you. I'm fine with them saying we strongly encourage you have the app, but the required thing is just where you draw the line.
Right.
It's like,
I mean,
if it's required, you have to have an
back.
explanation.
Well, I mean, there's some places, first of all, like what if you're on a cell phone plan that has very limited data? Like you're very cautious about what you're installing. You don't want your Kings Island app to just start transferring data.
Yeah.
You don't know what they're doing, so you don't know that it's going to affect you. There's other places where people like, certain jobs have requirements of like, if you have certain things on your phone or have ever installed something on your phone, you're not allowed to have that phone on a corporate network. And now all of a sudden, like you're like you're stuck between work and going to a Cedar Fair park. It's just kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree, and it's just a little shady. I agree, but I mean, I understand that you want people to have your app, so I'm not going to say that. Again, I strongly advise rewording it to anybody that might be a Cedar Fair affiliate on here. Rewording that to encouraged, or I don't know, just we really would like you to have it, please. It could help with safety. It could help you getting to near hand sanitizer stations and whatnot. That is totally fine. But when you say required and then you don't provide a real explanation for what will happen if I don't have this app and why it's a danger to not have the app, it becomes just nothing. It just becomes shady and strange.
Clinton on the live chat just said that he was led to believe it was related to maintaining social distance by limiting the number of people in each area.
But they don't say that on the app. Again, they don't say that on the website. Excuse me. They say.
And I mean, what's it going to do? Like your phone's just going to start vibrating until you leave the area?
Do not get near this person. 6 feet, please.
Well, I think it's maybe more like in, like there can only be like 600 people standing within the vicinity of Top Thrill Dragster, and like you're the 601st person. So you must, like I don't know
how accurate an app could be with that too. I mean, I don't know.
Red alert! Get away from Top Thrill Dragster. Red alert. I don't know. I mean, but again, it just comes down to like if there was a real purpose for this. Why
shield it? And I mean, the reasoning they said
can't be to show me where to sanitize my hands, because I'm going to have a bottle of hand sanitizer in my pocket. So does that mean if I have a bottle of hand sanitizer in my pocket, I don't have to install the app? Is that what you're saying? I mean,
yeah, it just says be in the know about all things. In this case, I'm on the Canada's Wonderland website. It says Canada's Wonderland with our mobile app. You'll be able to find nearby hand sanitizer stations, restrooms, open dining locations, and available attractions and rides. That's all they say.
Right.
So, I mean,
They have not said anywhere that I've seen of why it's a requirement.
yeah. Because that sure as heck does not justify a requirement at all. I don't know. And I'm curious to see how they enforce this. Are they actually going to have a person at the front gate saying, all right, now take out your phone, show me the app. At our touchless turnstiles, scan your season pass or daily ticket inside the mobile app. But not everyone, I mean, you can have a ticket or season pass without the mobile app. So I don't know. They're trying to have you link your pass too with the mobile app so that they recognize who you are. Okay.
This just to me screams of tracking just for marketing purposes. And that's the thing. Their app is designed and built by a marketing company. So even if this is like a COVID tracker and has a legitimate purpose, like that's the last kind of company I want doing that kind of thing. I don't want like, I mean, I don't want an advertising company doing that. That's that's just a bad idea.
Yes. So, I mean, to reach the final verdict, just if there is a genuine reason that is justified for there to be a requirement, which I don't really see there being anything that's too extremely justified to the point where it should be like checked at the front gate. But if there is, include it on the website. When you don't state that, when you don't state that, it screams shady and untrustworthy to consumers and customers. So, all right. Nonetheless,
but you know, there's some parks that can't afford an app.
Nonetheless, yes, there are some parks that cannot afford an application. They cannot. No, Conneaut Lake is one of those parks.
They can barely afford to repair a roller coaster.
Yeah,
they do a good job of it, though, nonetheless.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is yet to be seen by me, but
well, it. Trust me, it's fun. It's a good coaster. Blue Streak is a great coaster. And the apparent sketchiness of it is part of its charm and part of the reason why it's so awesome.
All right.
But anyway, Conneaut Lake, this was interesting. It was like almost immediately after we finished recording last week.
Yeah, it was pretty much.
I think I was getting ready to end the call with James, and he goes, "Oh my gosh." And of course, wait, what? Huh?
What's going on here?
Conneaut Lake's being sold off. And I, of course, like this is immediately, I'm like, wait, what?
You say Conneaut and you got Bob running.
Yeah. So it came out, it was actually Andrew Hyde found the court documents that they filed.
Yes.
That said that the park was going to auction because they were not fulfilling their obligation to pay back the creditors in their bankruptcy agreement.
Yes.
As a result of the pandemic. And immediately I'm like, I was kind of, I didn't doubt that something was happening, but it just seemed really odd because Conneaut Lake the trustees have done an extremely good job of getting that park back to a point where they're a lot more financially stable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying they have a lot of money, but they're stable and they're actually progressing out of the bankruptcy, and things just didn't make sense to me. And there was kind of a little bit of back and forth. Andrew Hyde's one of my favorite people to argue with.
Indeed.
I think him and Clint Novak are probably my two favorite people to argue with. Just
they both originate from the In the Loop podcast.
Yes, it's just In the Loop.
Yeah, maybe.
But anyway, here's the thing that all this boiled down to was, and I will tell you this, Andrew Hyde, if you have a question about certain business aspects of parks, that's one of the best people to talk to, because he dives into that deeper than I have the patience to. You're not gonna see me talking about like what all the stock numbers mean and like all this stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I just want a very quick, I'm not gonna dive into that. So he's one of the best people to talk to about that. And that's when I started realizing that a lot of what was coming on, like what he was reading, he was interpreting as this being a corporate park. Conneaut Lake is far from a corporate park. And I think this is where had it been any other park in the same exact situation, I think I would have completely agreed with Hyde's assessment. I think he would have been spot on. But the situation where Conneaut Lake and the trustees are in, it didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
And as it turns out, more information came out the next day that basically the trustees were approached by a company that they basically want to just buy the park.
Mm-hmm.
And they have an interest in running the park and continuing basically on the same trajectory that the trustees have been going.
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah. The complication is they are still in bankruptcy. So you can't just say, so this is the thing, whenever they go through this process, basically it's going to be, the park itself is going to emerge with no debt.
Yes.
So essentially you don't want to have a situation in the court system where you're the owner or operator of a park and you just say, oh, you know what, give me $500, we'll call it sold, and we'll just erase that $1 million of debt, basically scam the court and the creditors. So you can't just say, oh, well, we're going to sell the park. You have to go through the bankruptcy courts for approval to make sure that everybody's interests are aligned. And,
yes.
Now I'm not a lawyer, so certain things might not be correct in what I'm saying fully, but it's my understanding that one of two things is occurring. Either one, they just are not able to go through the bankruptcy court and say, we're selling to this company, end of story. Or the financial situation is better if they go through an auction process. So that's basically what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
They're going through an auction, and this company has the initial bid at $1.2 million for the property, the camperland, the hotel, all the rides, everything.
Yeah, and that's not a lot of money though.
They are, well, yeah.
So
it is a small park, but here's the big thing.
You think about roller coaster prices alone. I don't know many roller coasters that are under $1 million. I know Blue Streak's an exception, but I don't know many roller coasters that have ever been sold for under $1 million. I know smaller family attractions have, but
most wooden coasters get scrapped. So
I don't know.
You saw what happened with Big Dipper at Jaga Lake. It just got.
But even that being said, even if it's not $1 million, you still have a hotel. You still have a campground and the park with all the rides in it. $1 million is shy, I guarantee you, of what the park's actually worth in total. But I
don't know.
I fully think so.
You haven't been there.
It doesn't even matter. That's the thing, is that it's just.
I don't know. Here's the thing. People have been for years interested in buying it, but nobody's actually been able to make it happen. This company is interested, and they're also not objecting to the public use waiver, which means the Conneaut Lake is basically there's a rider on the property that says it has to be used for public use. This company that wants to buy it is not fighting that.
It has
so it looks like there's good intent.
It has 3 roller coasters.
Yeah. All right. It's a kiddie coaster and Devil's Den.
It is. It's more than $1 million then. But all right.
I lost my train of thought trying to argue.
He's right. All right. Well, yes. So wherever you were.
They're yeah. So anyway, this is going to auction
Yep.
on that was Tuesday. The bankruptcy court approved it. Oh, and what I was saying was that the board of trustees have been they've really treated the park well since they took over. They've really got it in, like, they're genuinely interested in the park succeeding. So, like, that's a little bit of a reassurance to me. Like, they're not going to make money. They're not making money off of this. That's the first thing. Like, their genuine interest is the park itself. So that makes me feel good that they truly think that this is the best path forward for the park. And I think this could be a really good thing. And we'll see if this company gets it. We'll see what happens with the auction, but something to watch for. It's not, it's not the initial, oh my God, Conneaut's done, it's dead, type news that it started out to be. It might actually be good, but yeah, we'll just keep an eye on it, see what happens.
All right. Well, new ride testing at Ferrari World Abu Dhabi. Mission Ferrari, which is the
Can we still call this a new ride?
yeah.
I mean, it's been there since, I think the first pictures appeared on
Like
in like 2015.
Yeah, 2015, I think. All right, ride is opening at Ferrari World Abu Dhabi. Mission Ferrari, which is the dynamic attraction roller coaster, right? That's the manufacturer, right?
Yep.
All right.
And SFX coaster, which is going to be interesting.
It is now testing, is it not? Is it that's what we
Yes,
that's what we saw here.
there
We
is
saw
video of it actually testing.
Yeah, so it's planned to open in 2021. Looks convincing. It looks to be actually realistic and an obtainable goal. This looks like it definitely looks like a very interesting ride.
I really like this. I
Yes.
really want to know what this is all about.
I really cannot wait for us to hear some sort of response on, because isn't it like a multi-launch, like multiple
It's
launch?
so yeah, there's multiple launches on it, and it's the SFX coaster, like, I think it has, like, it's I don't know if the train moves side to side, but there's a lot of special effects that go into it. It's almost kind of like my concept of it, and I may be wrong, but my concept is basically like more of like a Universal like Studios type attraction mixed with a roller coaster. So it's like it's like a cross of those different things. I mean, it'll be interesting. It's also, the only other coaster that's planned is Malaysia is actually getting Alien versus Predator in 2023, which is also a SFX coaster. So, I mean, we don't really know what this
all entails.
What this is.
Yeah, we don't really know. I think I heard that there was going to be, like you said, like some show elements, like 3D projections or of some sort, something along those lines. Like you said, Universal type roller coaster where there's show scenes and different aspects like that. So yeah, I also heard a rumor that it might have a drop track. So we shall see, though. I can't wait to see who. I don't know who we know that will be riding this anytime soon, but when it does open, hopefully we hear some enthusiast reports.
It looks like Dynamic Attractions was involved in Big Thunder Mountain Railroad at Disneyland and Space Mountain at Disneyland. I've not been on either of those. I've not been to Disneyland, but I've heard they've done some pretty interesting special effects in those. And those are like decades ago. So this will be interesting to see.
Yeah, I've heard there's going to be some really wacky elements on this, so stay tuned for that as we find out more and uncover more secrets we will be sure to let you guys know, of course. All right, so a ride we also have been talking about for a while about opening up is also topped off now with Jersey Devil coasters. So I think I made the claim a couple weeks ago, it was 3/4 of the way there, and now it is topped off and ready for testing. And well, they might still have to do the
I think they might want to run some cables and
yeah
program it and all that other fun stuff.
test it. We said
Yeah.
testing isn't really necessary anymore, though. So actually, never mind.
Yeah, we don't test anymore. Just
Yeah, no, just
roll
fir-
the dice.
first riders, come on up. Your risk, your reward. All right. Well, yes. Basically, all that we know is it's been topped off. There's not really much more to the story there. There's a link, of course, if you guys want to see this image and video. It's in our show notes. So just scroll down at whatever podcast platform you're listening to, and you can see it. It's pretty cool. It looks pretty great. So I can't wait to ride. Hopefully in 2021.
Yeah. You know what else really looks cool?
What?
Is Super Nintendo World.
It does.
Yeah.
I agree.
Specifically, just seeing the station and the trains of the Mario Kart ride have got me wanting to ride.
Yeah.
And now it looks like we have potentially a leaked video of what the Mario Kart ride actually looks like.
Yeah, and I don't know how we got that, because it's not open to anybody, and it's not. Maybe there's some sort of pass holder testing, or just photo shoots going on and someone took out their phone or something. I don't know. But
I have some
insider sources.
well, no, I have some no. I have some reservations
Japan.
about saying that this video is 100% authentic. Because here's the aspect of it that kind of gets me. And I'm not saying that this isn't an actual video of the ride. It's complicated to actually record a POV of a ride that uses AR, augmented reality. I mean, you could think of it the same as like recording, going to a movie theater and trying to bootleg record a 3D movie with 3D glasses. Like, it just doesn't work well. Not saying that it's not possible. There's ways that it could be done. But it seems like it would be a really hard thing to like secretly do.
Yeah.
But it looks really cool.
Yeah, I think that
a lot of people.
I think this is real. I'm looking. I don't know. There is some of that glare there. Who would go through the trouble to fake this too? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
that would be very complex.
I don't know. I mean, there's
Special
arguments on
effects.
both sides of it. I'm not saying I can't say with certainty one way or the other. That's basically my stance.
I'm also concerned. Is this the entire ride? Is it just you're sitting still? I thought this actually like went through.
No, you are actually moving.
You're moving with this giant screen in front of you.
So the screen is on your face. It's
No.
augmented reality. It's a clear visor.
I think this is no. This is a screen. Look at
No.
the POV again, Bob, because it's not glass.
There are some screens there.
He's not recording it through his goggles though. He's recording just the screen that's in front of him. Because he never.
You can't actually see.
As far as
If you watch really closely, hold on.
the entire POV is the screen, because he.
No, you can see. If you look right at. Hold on.
I'm fairly confident this is. I mean, wait. I'm trying to find.
No, you can see glare in like.
Then what is this screen? He has the screen here, and then he moves over, and that's just. I can't tell. Maybe he is recording it through some goggles. Yeah, I can actually.
You can, if you see when things explode, You can see how they're kind of cut off.
All right, so these are recorded through goggles, yes, but that is that screen that they're sitting in front of for the duration of the video. They're not moving in that. That's just a screen in front of him.
No, they are actually moving, and you can actually see it. Let me see if I could figure out the exact point.
I can't really see that. Maybe this is a really weirdly recorded
I mean, you
video.
can see like right at about 48 seconds, you can see where you're actually coming in on a track.
Yeah, I guess. It seemed to me like they were sitting still.
Now, I don't
In
know
front of the
how
screen.
fast you're moving,
Yeah, I
but
don't
it's
know.
one of those like Space Mountain type things. You don't necessarily have to be moving fast to feel like you're going fast.
Yeah, and especially if they have like
And you
air
can also
effects
see
and-
if you actually look at like right around the 17-second mark, like
Mhm.
17 to 20, you can kind of see how the train, his vision moves, like the train comes into view. It's almost like he's moving with the train itself. If you're driving
I'm
right
just
now,
a little.
I'm sorry.
I'm
You
a little. I'm
can't
a
see
little
this,
confused
you
because
get
you
your
can see
stuff
like the
and get
ceiling
home.
at the top of this, and it looks like the ceiling isn't moving. And that was what was kind of confusing me. But maybe it's
But
just.
I think there's a screen.
I don't
No,
know.
what you're seeing is the top of the visor system.
No, because it goes behind this. It goes behind this wall here that they have set up with like the shells on it at about 56 seconds. You can see the wall, this what you say is the visor kind of go behind this. So that's not how that would work. If this was the visor would be in front of the wall there.
Where were you talking at? What?
At like 55 seconds when they move over to the other side and they're starting to move back into the station, you see that ceiling is what I think it is. You're saying it's the top of the visor, but you see it go behind this wall here.
50, 55. That's not. I wasn't looking at that. Let me see.
I don't know. I can't really. Oh,
I mean,
think
you can see you're definitely moving.
yeah. I actually see what's happening, and I see what was confusing, kind of both of us maybe a little bit. Not you necessarily, but
No,
what
I see
my
what
point.
you're saying. I see exactly what you said.
It
about
fades out.
55.
Look at 42 seconds. Go to
Yeah.
42 seconds, and then look, and it literally fades out, and then it shows this wall that's in front of you, and that's what I was seeing, and that's what I was being confused by. And then it actually does show the studio which it's in, and it has that wall. So that wall looked like it was the wall the whole time, but I guess you were moving, and they had the goggles on,
So I
and they
think
turn them
I
off
have
for
a
some
feeling
reason.
what's happening is I think that the train actually. I think you're actually pivoting on the train, almost like a spinning coaster, like a controlled spinning coaster.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, you're not spinning; you're just turning side to side.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of what's happening to actually facilitate some of the movements that you're actually making.
I'm sure, because especially when you get knocked out by a banana like you would in the actual game, I'm sure the train has to do a spin, so you feel like you're spinning around, because that's what happens is when you get knocked out by a banana, you do that uncontrolled spin. So I'm sure that's what they're going for with that. But that is very interesting. It's crazy how subtle that transition is. It's like you have the goggles on, and like you have this environment that they've computer generated, and then all of a sudden, like right when you get to this exact same point
Yep.
in the video, it like transitions right into this wall that's right in front of you. And it looks like the wall's been there the whole time. It's weird. So if you aren't driving, I'm sorry, because you're probably like, oh, I really want to see what's going on. What is happening? But yeah, so remember 44, 45 seconds. Start from there if you really want to see what we're talking about with the fade. And it's really subtle, and it's really
Actually,
cool.
whenever you get home, go back to this section of the podcast.
Then go back to the
Look
video
up the
segment that
video.
we're talking. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, that's going on with Super Mario. I think that's real. I think it looks excellent.
Now, the more that I've like really actually dove into it, it does look like when you can see that visor, and I'm starting to buy the hype a little more that this is a real video.
Yeah, I agree. And that transition that we're talking about, I feel like would be very difficult if this was computer generated and a fake video of sorts. these people would have been spending a lot of time because this is some seriously good visual effects. I nod my head.
Yeah.
If this is fake, job well done.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that
Yeah. This and I mean it looks like Mario Kart, like all the craziness that Mario Kart is.
Yes,
It
yes.
looks like it's just been brought into a ride, and I mean,
hence
I want to ride
the
it.
name of
Hence
the
the name
area,
Mario.
and hence the name of the ride. Yeah. Yes. All right. Well, closing off the show, we have some, I don't know, news of sorts. It's kind of not news though, because it doesn't really answer any questions. It doesn't really confirm anything to be so, but it is a little bit of a motivational story because those of you that might be thinking that Buffalo Bill, the ride Desperado at Buffalo Bills is done, closed permanently, it is not. So you have a little bit of optimism here with I don't know who this is exactly.
Yeah, but
Marketing
it's not open
supervisor.
either.
It's not opening either. Exactly. That's kind of where you can draw the line with your optimism and motivation with this story because
Yeah.
it's
So
not
they
closed
basically
permanently,
said
but
that-
it's not open. Yeah.
In short, they basically said they're not 100% sure what the future of the ride is, but they haven't completely written it off. And she said that they are actually doing periodic maintenance on it. They're making sure it still runs. You know, like if you have a car that you don't drive all the time, you're just kind of driving around the block every now and then.
Yeah.
Make sure it doesn't.
You don't know what
Like,
it's gonna do.
I mean, that's kind of the,
Mhm.
I honestly, I really hope this coaster comes, back. I know some people, it's not a real well loved coaster, but I think it it represents a time where it's one of the coasters out of a time where coasters had a different feel, and it's just unique in itself. Between this and Manhattan Express
Mhm.
or Big Apple coaster, whatever.
Yeah, that's
I think these are like unique attractions, and we don't see that kind of thing being built anymore. So
yeah.
it's likely if these go away that we're never going to see such a thing again. So I really would like to see this come back to life. But of course, I mean, I know they're up against a lot, especially with the pandemic and stuff. So we'll
They
just
did
have to
say
see what
that they're
happens.
shooting for a mid-year opening, so that's when we'll figure out if Desperado will be a part of that opening, most likely, unless they announce something sooner, which they said to check back mid-year. So that's about when we should figure out what all is happening with this ride. So yeah, that is what's going on with Desperado at Buffalo Bills. We're going to now transition over to the second half of the show, where we again will resume our tournament, The Trial of the Elements, breaking down the best roller coaster elements of all time. Let's get into it.
Potentially with better descriptions of elements.
Possibly. We'll see. I was just going to do that in the second half, but
Oh, well.
we can just transition back into that when we.
But you can cut it however you feel necessary.
Well, no, now what I'm going to say when we go back is going to be relating to that. So, are you ready?
I can't breathe.
That's not good.
Where's the results?
There,
You never sent me the results.
all right. Let me pull them up. I didn't
You
write
didn't
them
tell
down.
me you did.
What?
Huh? Yeah.
You-
Oh, you didn't write them down.
Yeah, I just have them in my head because.
All right. Well, then surprise me. Okay.
Are you okay with that? Because yeah, I can
Yep.
write them down real quick, but
Nope.
I just
That's
have to
fine.
pull up both. I can just. Not a lot of people vote on Twitter, so it's pretty easy to just do the math in my head. So I just did it in my head this time since it wasn't as
All right.
many. All right. Okie dokie.
Ready?
But so how do you want to transition? Like I'll do the first. I'll do Cobra roll and you do Batwing, and I'll do zero G roll and you do zero G stall. Or...
So what are we doing? We're describing them again?
Yeah, I think it's good every week to describe them. That way, people like not everyone's listening, so they might not know what every element is. Like we did the same thing last year with the Battle of the Ages. We talked about what was open that year every week. We didn't just skip it. We weren't just like 1969. Yeah. All right. I can't believe
if you're giving the results.
Yeah, I'll give the results.
I don't know how we'll switch back and forth. Like we're gonna like each battle. We're not gonna go down the list, are we? Like read the list straight down. We're gonna do it as.
No. Yeah.
Like
yes. No. We're not gonna just go. Cobra roll is this. A Batwing is this.
Right. That's what I thought. So like I'll have to kind of follow your cue.
Yeah. Just whenever I say an element, I'll just let you say the second one. So if I say, okay, in the first battle we had Cobra roll versus Batwing, the Cobra roll is this, and then you can just say, oh yeah, the Batwing is this.
It works for me.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Ready? 3, 2.
So something you said right before we got into the second half of the show here was that we did not have great descriptions last week, and yes, we want to acknowledge that.
I still don't really know what happened.
I am not 100% sure. Hey, we were tired and we weren't prepared, to say the least. I was not really. I had the idea in my mind that I'm just going to describe these elements when we get on. It's going to be easy. And then I thought about, oh my gosh, I don't actually just know how to describe them out of the top of my head. Like I could see them, and I'm sure Bob feels the same way. You can see them in your head so easily, and it's like, wait, but this is the thing, and then you go into that, and then you do this. Wait, what is that called? So this week we're more adequately prepared, I think, and we're a little bit more awake. I think last week was pretty tired. We went kind of long with last week's show, so it was pretty late when we actually recorded that segment. This week, hopefully, we are somewhat more prepared and ready for this. I think we are, though.
Well, at least we can. I think we're better prepared to pretend that we're prepared.
Yes, that is true. maybe that's what's going on. Maybe. All right. Well, nonetheless, let's start the Trial of the Ages, their second round. So again, we're not going to have any weekly poll or to answer or to give because we are doing the Trial of the Elements. Any of you that are like, wait, you guys haven't done a weekly poll in a while, the Trial of the Elements is filling in that place right now because it's an extensive tournament where we're doing votes every week. So if you haven't seen the weekly poll, that's because there hasn't been any. We're doing this. So go to our social media and check out the votes there so you can vote Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. All right, so let's do the first battle, the Cobra roll versus the Batwing. So the Cobra roll is an element that consists of or it's a double inversion here that consists of a vertical loop joined together by 2 vertical corkscrews. All right, I already messed it up.
I'm like, we're reading the same script, right? I'm like, what the hell is going on? Because that is not what I see in front of my face.
Yeah, I was trying to save myself there. I was so hard. So the Cobra roll.
Oh my god!
I was trying, Bob. I was trying. Oh man! Oh man! Oh man!
Oh.
Oh. I was.
All right, so what are we?
I'm not even putting any flair on. I'm just gonna read straight off the script. I can't even add an adjective, I guess, because I just start freaking out. I can't add any words into it. I just straight from the script. I sound like a robot. All right, I'm just gonna go right from where I said. All right, the Cobra roll.
I don't know where. I don't know where it was.
50 minutes and 40 seconds is.
50, 40?
Yeah.
Wait.
There's no way we got out of loop. We haven't stopped once. All I mean, we did stop once, but we stopped and started at the same time.
Let me make sure that's good.
Oh, the guy responded on Reddit. If you want to.
Okay.
The app was required last year according to the Cedar Fair guidelines. Wait, what? The app was required last year according to the reopening guidelines on all the Cedar Fair Park website, just like what it says now for 2021. Even though the app was required last year, they weren't going to have employees checking everyone's phone, and I guarantee you they won't be doing this year. Check out the 45-second mark of this video. I bet you they're going to say, we were strongly advised. I remember this video, so I mean, they played this to death at their parks.
That will help us take care of each other the best that we can. We'll make it easy to have some fun together at the park. There are a few things you'll need to do before you arrive.
45 seconds.
No way.
What?
It just says before you arrive, download the app, complete health screenings, wear a mask. It doesn't say like you have. It doesn't say required though. I mean, it's not the same wording. It just says before you arrive, download the app, complete health screening, and pack a mask. That's not the same as saying it is required and you must have
All right,
the
Clinton. We'll see you later, man. Nice seeing you tonight.
Goodbye. I don't feel like that's the same. I don't know. Let me look.
Download our app, complete a health screening, and pack a mask. Before you visit, you'll want to download your park app, which you'll be able to use in a variety of ways throughout the park. Just before your visit, you'll need to complete a pre-visit health screening about 24 hours.
In that video, it says, I don't know. It says it should be. It's more of like a should kind of. Like I don't get the same vibe. It doesn't say required.
Yeah, it's not. It's not required. Like there is no requirement of it.
Yeah, the wording is definitely different. It does say download the app, but it does not say requirement. It just says before you arrive, we'd like you to download our app. Kind of. It doesn't. That's the that's the difference. If they said that now, like if they just said that on the Canada's Wonderland website. We'd like you to download our app before you arrive. That isn't like you have to download the app before you arrive kind of. Like it doesn't, yeah. All right, are you ready to, are you going to reply to him or should I reply to him?
I replied to a further up one.
Are you going to reply to that or should I reply to that? I mean.
It's up to you. I'd wait a little bit to do it later.
It was 45 minutes ago that he responded to me. So.
Yeah, but I just replied to another one, so.
Okay. Might seem like we're dog teaming. Dog
right.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, we kind of are in a way, but I don't want,
yeah, but
we are actually, like, I don't want him to think it's just me with two accounts. Like, there's actually two people, you know.
Oh my gosh. I don't think that's what he thinks. I have a picture of myself in whatever.
All right. Yeah, I went back to 50-40. So we're good there.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah, actually, hold on. Let me save.
Versus the Batwing. So the Cobra Roll versus the Batwing.
This is 106, right?
Yes.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2.
Is an element that consists of two half vertical loops that face the same direction, and they're joined together by two half corkscrews that each twist in the opposite directions. If you need to see an example of this, you can see Dominator, Alpengeist, any Vekoma Boomerang, or Kumba at Busch Gardens Tampa. A lot of B&M coasters, a lot of Vekoma coasters have this element. And then, of course, the Batwing.
And Batwing is formed by the exit of a dive loop going directly into an Immelman. The two elements are positioned as if one is a mirror image of the other. The train exits the element parallel to its entry and in the opposite direction. Some examples are Montu, Afterburn, and Vortex.
Indeed, and the winner of this poll, of this battle, is the Batwing. The Batwing pretty much demolished the Cobra Roll. 72% of the votes went to the Batwing, 28% went to the Cobra Roll. So,
They're kind of the same thing in a sense.
a little
But,
bit.
I'd rather take Batwing. Cobra Roll can go. Like I never want to ride. Don't ever build another Cobra Roll.
No.
I think it's a horrible.
No. Batwing is somewhat similar, yeah. It's kind of like the inverse almost of a Cobra Roll a little bit, yeah.
In a sense, but the Batwing's it's a little bit better. I think that, well, yeah, I don't know why it's better. It just is.
Don't start trying to get into the terminology here. The zero G stall faced off against its commonly counterpart. You always hear the zero G stall and the zero G roll. It faced off against the zero G roll here in this next battle, and the zero G stall. They're different elements, but you often hear them. You talked about a lot together. The zero G stall is a inversion that the track kind of rotates 180 degrees. Not kind of, it does rotate 180 degrees while traveling upside down, and then it levels out while upside down, and then starts to make its way back downwards and rotates 180 degrees in the opposite direction this time. So you exit a little bit differently than you enter. Goliath, Steel Vengeance, Wicked Cyclone, a bunch of other RMCs have the zero G stall on it. And then, of course, it went against its zero G roll.
The zero G roll is where the track twists 360 degrees, like an inline twist or barrel roll, while creating an airtime hill. At its highest point, riders are fully inverted. Examples are Wicked at Lagoon, Talon, and Kraken.
Yeah, and while I love both of these elements a lot, the zero G stall did come out victorious, as I presumed. The zero G roll is definitely a more tame element, and it definitely creates that weightless sensation, but the zero G stall is the RMC kick butt element that everyone loves. So I kind of figured.
So what you're saying is RMC tainted this one.
RMC did it again.
Yeah.
Next, we have another great inversion, the Heartline roll. Really like that inversion. It's basically when the rider performs a 360 degree roll. Yeah, exactly. That's probably one of the most famous rides that had it. This is when you do the 360 degree roll on an axis, but unlike the inline twist, the elevation of the track changes throughout the inversion to keep the train traveling at the same level. That hence the name, the Heartline roll. It's in a sense rotating around the rider's heart.
Right.
It first appeared on the Ultra Twister from Toga, and it's also on Outlaw Run, and it was on Volcano the Blast Coaster, as we sadly just stated. It went against, of course, the Immelman, which is another great and well-known element.
It's an inversion. It begins with a half loop. As the top of the loop is approached, the train is fully inverted. The train continues heading away from the half loop, and it becomes right side up. Thus, the inversion is exited in the opposite direction to which it entered. You can find it on Gatekeeper, Griffin, and Shikra.
Indeed. And the winner of this poll was the Heartline roll, of course. Heartline rolls, again, very similar to the zero G stall, are a lot more aggressive, a lot more in your face, and definitely the more crazy element other than the element, which is definitely, I think, a more tame and fun element. It definitely can have its moments, but overall, the Heartline roll is definitely the more aggressive element of the two, I think, and I think that's why it won. All right, so the Top Gun stall faced off against the Banana roll in the next matchup here. The Top Gun stall is basically a zero G stall over the top of another train. That's all it is in essence, really. It came from the movie Top Gun, in which the planes would fly over another, and it appears on only one roller coaster to date, and that is Twisted Colossus.
Yeah, the Banana roll is an inversion element named after its shape that's similar to an elongated Cobra roll. It can also invert riders twice, like on Steel Curtain. Some examples are Takabisha, TMNT Shell Razor, and of course Steel Curtain.
Yeah. And the Top Gun stall 1. Like the Zero G stall, it's a great element, and it's world famous. And when you get the right duel, I've heard it is an absolutely fantastic experience. So
Yeah, not many people have actually experienced it, I guess.
no, I mean the Californians and anybody that's been out there has, but
Except you have to have the ride synced.
true,
But
yes.
it usually doesn't duel because
Yeah,
nobody
yeah.
loads in time. So
Depending on
might be very-
your timing and your visit, you're going to vary on whether or not you actually experience this to its full potential. Technically, you're still doing it because you are above the track. You're not above
no,
the
you're
train.
not. You're doing a zero G's.
You're doing a zero G stall, but you're above the track still. I feel like that still.
No, you have to have somebody else there. That's what makes it.
Yeah, I mean I agree, but technically you would still be. All right. The Top Gun stall, the Top Gun stall 1. We can have that dispute on whether or not it's still a Top Gun stall, or whether or not the train's there another time. The Pretzel Loop faced off against the Norwegian Loop in our next battle. The Pretzel Loop it's basically a vertical loop which starts off elevated and then dives downward. The entrance and the exit of the inversion cross and overlap, forming a shape that resembles a pretzel, hence the name. And you can find those on pretty much any B&M flying roller coaster, Superman Ultimate Flight, I think Manta, Tatsu. Yep, they all have those elements, and it's a great element.
Indeed. In the Norwegian Loop, while ascending, the train inverts before diving towards the ground in a half loop maneuver. The train subsequently rises in another half loop, and once almost inverted, the train rolls out and descends, exiting the element in the same direction as it entered. Some examples are Speed Monster, Fahrenheit, and Helix.
And it originated in Norway. Hence
Not Canada?
No, not Zimbabwe.
Yes, it did originate on Speed Monster in Norway. That is how it got its name.
Makes sense. All right. Well, the Norwegian Loop did not succeed in defeating the Pretzel Loop, which surprised me. I know the Norwegian Loop hasn't been experienced as many, isn't on as many coasters, so it hasn't been experienced by as many people. But I was surprised because I know the Norwegian Loop's well loved. I know a lot of people that go to Hershey and ride Fahrenheit love that element. So the Pretzel Loop did come out though victorious. It was a 83% vote to a 17% vote. The next,
That was really way on one side.
yeah, I know it was a pretty heavily sided vote. It was, I don't know what it is about the Norwegian Loop that people just aren't turned on about, but it's, I don't know. It made it this far, but it got dominated there. Yeah. All right. So the ejector speed hill went against the triple quad down, or not the triple quad down, the triple / quad down. There, let me specify because that is not some element we just made up. The triple quad down, the triple / quad down, and the speed hill is a very, very small yet fast and aggressive hill that provides sudden pops of ejector airtime. Excuse me. Fahrenheit at Hershey Park has one. That's one of my favorites. And then Lightning Rod at Dollywood has one as well. And it takes it very fast and very great. It's towards like the end when you're about to go into that, what do they call it? The non-inverting half loop there, where it's basically just, I mean, it's kind of just like a half a helix. But it's right before that you hit that ejector speed hill.
So here's the thing with that. There is a whole lot of like discussion going on, and I think like I was like shifted in another universe while that discussion was going on. So I do know, like I've never actually heard it called ejector speed hill, but now that some of my friends brought it up, like I do remember hearing speed hill a couple times, but not in the instances that you were giving me as examples before. And one of them, I think, doesn't Steel Vengeance actually have a speed hill right after the first drop?
Yes. And that would be considered an ejector speed hill as well.
And I think you mean a speed hill?
An ejector speed hill.
No, you mean a speed hill?
It's the type of airtime you get. I mean, it's
I
just
know.
it's just an added adjective. I guess you mean. I gave you the
Um,
example Fahrenheit or Hershey, which most definitely is an ejector speed hill. So I don't know what you were on because that was one of the main examples. That's
See, I
one of the
don't
main
know, it's
examples I
like-
use whenever I say
don't
an
know, I
ejector
think-
speed hill.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of Fahrenheit and how like it obviously doesn't stand out to me much.
It is a great. I think it's one of the
Um,
best parts of the ride. So I don't know.
But it is different because I think didn't last week didn't you use Magnum as an example for a speed
No.
hill?
No, I definitely did not.
God, I don't know what happened last week.
Because my
I
go-to,
really don't.
I don't like
like,
Magnum,
every-
so my go-to example would never be Magnum. Like I normally go relative to coasters that I like or enjoyed or had a fond memory of, such as Fahrenheit.
Maybe I brought up Magnum.
You
I
did
don't
bring up
know. I
Magnum.
don't
You
know.
brought up Magnum when I think I don't. You brought up Magnum for some reason. We did talk about Magnum last week.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think when I was
either.
bringing up the Bunny Hill thing, which it
Maybe.
is a bunny, like that's the returns. I would consider the returns on Magnum Bunny Hills. I think.
Yeah, those are more. I mean, ejector speed hill is like normally isolated. It's normally just one, and you take it very sharply and very aggressively, and then you kind of flatten out and go do another element. I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
seen any like consecutively that I can. I don't think that even. I don't think they don't work like that. So. Yes, the triple/quad down is a hill that has been divided into 3 or 4 separate drops by flattening out of the drops midway through each hill. So, the Lightning Rod, which we just said, we just talked about, has one, and then Voyage, the best coaster in the world, has one as well. So it's a great element when that ride has it. And this is a poll that I'm very glad went this way because again, the best coaster in the world has this element, the Voyage, and the triple/quad down pretty successfully wiped out the speed hill here.
I mean, you can't beat it.
Yeah, 66% to 34%. Of course, I mean,
Even look at the early, like in the 1920s, the double dip on Jackrabbit. Like,
yeah,
the
it's
same
just
thing,
a world
just
loved
doing
ride
it.
element.
God, it's
yeah.
one of the greatest things.
And you think about it, in essence, the triple down could be, I mean, in a basic sense, be described as just multiple ejector speed. Like it's multiple great pops of airtime there. So it obviously is going to triumph the one. You know, it's not the
So,
same, but
You might say it's speed hills on a downward slope.
yes, you could, if you want to be precise about it, you could even say that. But yes, the triple down got 66 and the ejector speed hill got 34% of the vote. Now we go on to definitely the most close and contentious battle that we had this week. That was the outward bank turn versus the Stangle dive. How was it close, you might ask?
I
mean-
see this as a no comparison, but
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people
apparently the community thinks differently.
A lot of people like it. I don't know. Both of these elements. So the Stangle dive got 41 votes. Because I actually want to be specific here because we have both Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter users voting, and I actually had to combine it because at that point I was combining all the votes, but I was combining this one in particular, the first one I did, because I saw how close it was, and I was really like, how is this going to turn out? I couldn't see it at first, and then I did, and I was like, wow, this is neck and neck, excuse me, and it was 41 votes to 39 votes, so 2 votes separate this from a Stangle dive victory. Stangle dive won 52% to
What?
48% of the vote.
I call shenanigans.
It was really close, but the Stangle dive was victorious. And of course,
What
we'll
happens when
explain.
you
We'll
let
explain the
Instagram
elements
into the
first.
polls.
The Stangle dive combines an outward bank turn with a camel bank airtime hill. It's when you go up over a regular hill and then you quickly tilt beyond 90 degrees at the very top, and then you go back. And this appears on heavily disputed. We went by our CDB standards where it's said to only be on Goliath or Wallaby Holland, but I know there's been some disputes over other roller coasters that might have one or should have one or could be classified as having one. But we're going to go with the one that is definitely has one, and that's Goliath at Wallaby Holland. I think Copperhead Strike has been said to have one. I don't know. I don't know what I consider the Copperhead Strike element. Some people say it's an off-axis airtime hill. It gets kind of weird there, but we're just going to go with the one that is for sure a Stangle dive.
So the outward bank turn is when the track twists from a horizontal plane into the vertical plane, tipping the train to the train into an outward direction. See, this is what happens when you let James write stuff down.
I did not write this down. I copied and pasted this.
All right, this is what happens when you let James copy
Can we
and paste.
stop? Can we stop? I don't actually want that.
Oh, why? It was fun.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
I don't like that. That sounds bad.
It was funny.
No, it wasn't. And it just, I don't know.
Where am I cutting?
1 minute and 31 seconds. Or 1 hour. 1 hour and 6 minutes and 31 seconds. Just cut the whole episode. We're restarting. We're redoing it.
Saying, reading what you wrote.
Yeah. All right. And then,
But it's wrong. Like what you wrote is not like.
this is
like.
the definition, Bob. I didn't write this.
Well, I know, but like it doesn't make sense. It's not grammatically correct.
I changed it. Now look at it. When the track twists from the horizontal plane into the vertical plane, tipping the train into an outward direction while taking a turn. That should be wow.
But what? No, what I'm saying is the time that you gave me, I'd already read what you wrote.
Oh, so where do you need me to cut then? Because you're the one that last.
Run.
Where? Where?
Outward
I'm just
bank
kidding.
What? Hold on. 106.12.
106.12. All right. Let me see if that lines up. Yep. All right. That works. Are you ready? What exactly are you saying in this piece?
I'm gonna start reading it, right?
All right. Is that where you were at? Can you listen to where you were just at? What was the last thing you said?
Well, I didn't say anything before. It's
All right.
coming from whatever you
So
said.
then just say, yeah, all right, the outward bank turn is when the track, all right, yeah.
Yeah, that's where that's.
You don't even need to say,
I'm
let's
just
just say, do you really need, you don't, I feel like plane is really like sciencey. You could just say from the horizontal position. When you say plane, it almost,
plane. I like plane.
would you say plane like normally? That doesn't sound like something you would do normally. Nobody would normally just say, I'm in the horizontal plane and I'm in, like, when I'm using like software that like utilizes those maybe, but like CAD or something, but.
I don't know. Is position accurate? I guess.
But
Let
that's
me
the
say
thing.
position.
But
I'll
that's,
say
these are supposed to
position.
sound a little bit more like, not like sciencey. They're supposed to sound a little bit more relaxed. Definitions, not like in your. All right, you ready?
Yep.
3,
3.
No.
Oh, go ahead. I'm saying so. You.
3, 2.
So the outward bank turn is when the track twists from the horizontal position into the vertical position, tipping the train into an outward direction while taking a turn. Some good examples of this are Still Vengeance and Pantheon.
Yeah.
If it ever opens.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a great example because no one's written it, but if you just see some pictures, that's a good example there. All right, so yeah, again, Stangle Dive won. It defeated the.
Still call shenanigans.
Yeah, I know, Bob. All right, so the final battle we had for this week's episode and for this week's tournament is the Raven Turn versus the Cutback. The Raven Turn's a unique element. It's a half inversion, which looks like a half loop, followed by a drop, and then it levels out near at the same height that it began. So it's a strange element for sure, and it's only on flying coasters and on 4D coasters. It appears on X2, Flying Dinosaur, and Dynaconda. Those are 3 examples. And again, it's a really unique inversion. And then, of course, we had the cutback element. Which-
Similar to a corkscrew, except the
Mhm.
second half of the element is reversed. The train exits the inversion in the opposite direction from which it entered. It debuted on Drakenfire, and it appears on Steel Curtain and Twisted Timbers.
Yes, and shockingly, really shockingly to me, Raven Turn defeated the cutback. The Raven Turn won 58% of the vote, and the cutback got 42% of the vote. So close, but the Raven Turn moves on for another day. And that surprises me because, again, these are on rides. You have to ride X2, you have to ride Dinoconda, you have to ride Flying Dinosaur, you have to ride Egenica, and I believe those are the 4 rides that have it. So for the majority of people to be voting on this,
See, I think that's the thing. I think it's because that it's potentially that the people that have experienced those, like, love them so much that they just can't even fathom. I don't know. They just, I
Yeah,
don't
but
know. It's pure
for the majority
speculation.
to have ridden these elements
Well,
is
that's
surprising
true.
because they're so far and few between. So I don't know. It's interesting.
Echo chamber. No, I
I
don't know.
I think that might play into it a little bit. I mean, not in a bad way. I think people are just like, oh, that looks so cool, looks awesome. I think the Raven Turn's probably the better element. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see where
One
it
thing
goes.
I wanted to mention. Did you notice how many times in our example, like Drakenfire and Steel Curtain, like, do you realize like how many times those two are
Yeah.
always compared with elements, or like,
Yeah, they have a lot of unique and wacky elements, so they get brought up a lot.
yeah, I think it's pretty apparent that Joe Draves was a Drakenfire fan or something. 'Cause,
Oh God, we got it. We got Joe Dre's. We brought up Volcano. We did not bring up Merlin's Mayhem though, so this is not a True Coaster Talk podcast episode. Bob, take it away. Merlin's Mayhem.
Merlin's Mayhem was designed by Joe Draves, and
it has a mini
non-inverting
volcano.
Drakenfire drip. I term it the non-inverting Drakenfire
Oh my
drip.
gosh. Oh man. We just hit all the ledgers tonight, didn't we? Oh, all right. Well, that is the episode, guys. We finished successfully by listing off all the winners of this week's poll. Again, I'll relist them real quick. All the winners we had in backwards order from where we started. We had the Raven Turn, the Stangle Dive, the triple/quad down, the Pretzel Loop, the Top Gun stall, the Heartline Roll, the Zero G stall, and the Batwing all make it onto the next round. So this is going to be interesting. The third round is, I'm sure, going to be even closer and closer as we make our way to the best element of all time. It's going to be exciting stuff. So stay tuned for that. All right. That is it for this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you guys want, you can go to coastertalkpodcast.com/shop and buy any merchandise or support the show. Get our name out there. That would be greatly appreciated. You don't have to, but it'd be greatly appreciated if you do. Twitter, follow us at @CoasterTalk_pod. Also, Bob has a Twitter account at CoasterTalkBod. And I'm actually thinking about starting an at CoasterTalkJames. You guys, let me know if you guys think that's a good idea. I'm thinking about it, but that's kind of in the works right now.
I
Facebook.
think it's a great idea.
Of course, Bob was the one that contemplated this idea. Yes, I'll give the royalties there. Facebook, at Coaster Talk Pod. Instagram is at Coaster Talk Pod. YouTube is all 3 separate words, Coaster Talk Podcast. Also, contact the show by going to coastertalkpodcast.com/contact. Or if you want to email us, that is also an option, james@coastertalkpodcast.com or bob@coastertalkpodcast.com. Thank you guys so much for listening. We're going to have another round of the Trial of Elements next week, and I'm hopefully we'll have some good news as well to discuss. It's going to be a fun episode.
Also, just to be clear, all you have to do is download our podcast feed. We do not require you to install an app
Yeah,
or
we do
enable
not.
location services. That is not a requirement.
No, you don't. No, we might consider it because we do want to get some marketing out there, right? Some
I will
advertising.
not allow it.
No, I would never, never, no. All right, well, we'll see you guys all on next week's show. It should be a good one.
I'm glad you said that, Pam. I kind of like that ending.
Should we start? We should get an app just for jokes. The app just says, "Hey, Cedar Fair." I don't know. What would be the great? Just you open it up and just one page just says one. What would it say? Oh no, we just have Joe Draves, Steel Curtain, Merlin's Mayhem, Volcano, and that's just a list of all those 4 things, and that's it. That's the app. And you click on them and it takes you to links to each and every one of them.
I'm down with that. Oh
right.
man, we did finish before midnight.
It's amazing. The one episode that I did not care if we went long on, because I don't have school tomorrow. Hey, well, I do have something to show Bob. I don't know if I really want to show everyone yet. So it's in the works. It's a project in the works. You guys will see. And it's not that big of a deal, but I just don't want to show it. And it would be hard to show it on the live stream. I have to pull it up. So remind me to show you that after we're done with the live stream.
Okay.
If you remember, I'm sure we'll forget, and I'll be like, "Oh crap, never mind, we never did it." But
So
yes,
now it's time for
guys.
cooking by the book.
No, it is not. We're gonna end the live stream if you
What?
play that song.
What?
I will end the
It's a
live
piece of
stream and
cake.
disband live look-ins henceforth if that is going to occur. That is how anti cooking by the book and I am. I know. Now everyone
you're
wants to, I
waiting-
shouldn't have said it. I don't know why I said it on the air. Now everyone wants to see what I'm talking about. That was one of the dumbest things. As soon as I said it, I'm like, wait, we're still live. Crap. Show us and you're cool. Show us and you're cool. No, I can't. I don't want to. I mean, I keep these live streams up so for everyone to see on the YouTube channel. I don't want to spoil anything that hasn't yet been announced. No backup from Bob here, so I'm all by myself. All right, it's me versus the live stream audience. He doesn't know what I'm talking about either because I haven't said anything, but
What? I don't know what's going on. I can't see the code. That's what we need. We need a T-shirt that says "I can't see the code."
I think I still have the 100th episode shirts up. This probably need to come down somewhat soon. Did I tell you I got the
Actually,
I got the sweatshirts.
I need to get one of those.
I still need to increase the size of the 100th episode shirt. Are you gonna get which one are you gonna get? Do you think if you do get one, or are you gonna get all of them?
I already got my Bob Knows Pittsburgh shirt, but
You did?
the 100th episode. Yeah, I got that a while ago.
What the heck? You never told me?
Yeah.
Wow, that is. I literally told Bob as soon as I got the Kosher 100th episode shirt, Kosher Talk Podcast 100th episode shirt, and it's been months. He just said.
I thought you. I just kind of figured you knew.
How would I?
I thought you. I thought it gave you a report and was like,
Oh no! I mean, I guess I could go there, but it wouldn't tell me like who bought it. It would just say purchased. I think.
Drunk Riders, their Discord channel. Like every time somebody buys something, it pops up in their
No,
Discord channel. It's pretty funny.
That's kind of annoying though.
It could get annoying.
Could you?
Usually, it's funny that.
Could you show me the Bob Knows Pittsburgh shirt? That's something we can see on air.
One sec.
Here it is, everyone. The moment you've been waiting for.
What?
The moment we've been waiting for. Is it good? Do you like it? Do you think it works well?
Yeah, I do actually.
Nice.
I actually like it a lot.
Is it long sleeve or short? Short, yeah.
Short, long sleeve, freaking long sleeve shirts.
A lot of people are actually criticizing people on the internet now for wearing short sleeve shirts. So I've seen that going around. Like who wears t-shirts? And I'm like, oh, I do.
Me.
All right. Well, I'm going to
Go
head
and
out.
cook by the book.
Yeah, no, I'm not. But we should probably call it a night here. I have some other projects to attend to, and Bob and me need to talk real quick. So thank you guys so much for tuning in this week for our live stream. We'll see you guys all on the next one, of course. 107. 107.
Yep. Good night,
All right, everyone.
everyone.
Good
Have
night.
a good weekend.
Yep, have a good one.
There.
I'm gonna get my wisdom teeth out tomorrow, so pray for me.
That'll be fun.
Keep me in your prayers. All right, I'll see you.